This broadcast is partnered by BetterSleep, one of the world's top-rated sleep apps designed to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. I've never been a consistent sleeper. These days, I rarely get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I usually wake up feeling like I barely rested. So I decided to try BetterSleep for a few nights, and honestly, it really helped me. One standout feature is the sleep recorder. I had no idea how much I was tossing and turning, or that I even snored when I sleep, until I played it back. That kind of feedback is super helpful. But what really hooked me were the sounds. I love the water sounds, rivers, lakes, rain, and many others that instantly help me stay calm. And the background music? Incredibly relaxing. It's not just great for sleep, it's perfect for meditation too. You can mix and match over 300 sounds and create your own vibe, whether it's white noise, ASMR, or ambient soundscapes. So if you're like me and you struggle with sleep, head over to trybettersleep.co/Alyx and start your 7-day trial for free. Sleep is a crucial part of your overall health, and if you're not getting the rest you need, it can seriously impact your physical and mental well-being. So don't wait. Download the BetterSleep app and start getting the rest you deserve today. The fallout to Survivor Series, a show that Triple H said would be epic. Did it deliver, or was it a case of oversell, underdeliver? Let's talk about it right here in Alyx's World. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx. This is Alyx. Thank you all so much for joining me on this post-Survivor Series Monday Night RAW review, recap, reaction. If you're ready, let's talk about it. So, Triple H, did you and Tony Khan get into the same bar or something, and y'all just went over what you guys thought was epic and what was great? Because for some reason, I don't know about y'all, but anytime these guys pop up on social media and say something was great or whatever they're promoting is going to be epic, it never seems to hit the bar. I had a feeling that when Triple H popped up on social media today and said, "You don't want to miss tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic." I was like, it's probably not. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad that we've reached that point with Triple H now where when he says something's going to be epic, we expect it to not deliver? Because he's built that reputation now. He's built a reputation where we're expecting him to oversell something that's going to overdeliver. That's not a good sign. And I love Triple H. I will always give him his flowers when it comes to Survivor Series. And not just Survivor Series, but Evolution this year was, to me, the show of the year. Elimination Chamber, a strong number 2. Maybe even a number 1 to some. But the rest of the shows, the rest of the pay-per-views, I'm sorry, they have not been hitting the mark. And that reflects on you long-term. And so when you don't deliver on shows you say are going to deliver, you start to lose credibility. And I think Triple H is now hitting that point where he can no longer just say, "It's going to be epic," and people are going to be like, "Oh my God, I got to watch. It's going to be epic. Triple H said it." Nah, it's not going to be that way anymore. And it is December, so there really isn't much that I expect to happen other than, okay, we're going to build to Saturday night's main event with John Cena, and then maybe start setting things up for Royal Rumble, if not the first Raw of the year, day 1, which is being treated like its own pay-per-view. That's not a pay-per-view. I'm sorry. I just feel like Triple H has reached that point now where his word no longer carries any value. If WWE ends up producing an epic show, wonderful. We will, of course, give it its flowers. But I've kind of expected this show to not be epic, or as epic as Triple H wanted us to think it was. Now, was the show bad? No. It was okay. It was an okay show that if you missed it, trust me, you could always just catch the highlights on YouTube. You'll be just fine. You get this feeling that WWE is winding down for the year. They have one more piece of business, and that's retiring John Cena. That's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And then after that, it's just basically, all right, see you all next year. Maybe next year things will be epic again. I think Triple H might need to call him Brian Warts, bring in Brian Warts, Gabe Sapolsky, maybe even call in Paul Heyman to help with creative, because I'm sorry, as of lately, I do feel like things aren't as exciting as it was last year. The bloom has come off the rose when it comes to Triple H and at least his weekly booking. His pay-per-views, PLEs, for the most part, have been solid, right? You'll have those gems here and there, but for the most part, they haven't been terrible. They've been solid, a bit bloated, but I'm not going to sit here and call them the worst I've ever seen. And I'm sorry, I got to get on my soapbox here for a second, because I've seen many people in this community, creators and people who watch us, saying Survivor Series last night was the worst, one of the worst pay-per-views, PLEs, that they've seen in years. Look here, I get that people are burnt out with wrestling. Trust me when I say this, I've been feeling this sense of burnout for a while now. I know what this is. I've been here before. Okay? I've dealt with it for many years. This isn't the first time your boy has felt burnt out with WWE and professional wrestling overall. I've been burnt out many times with wrestling, and I powered through it. That being said, let's not confuse burnout with one show. I thought, and I still stand by this, I thought Survivor Series overall was a good show. Did I want more? Yes. I would have liked more from the WarGames matches. The men's match was okay. The men's match wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. I thought it was actually fantastic. The women's match, okay. That one could have been a lot better. It was very safe. But I wasn't expecting AEW blood and guts levels of violence. And anyone expecting that, you were setting yourself up for failure. You were setting yourself up for disappointment. I'm sorry. You were. What I got was fine. It was enjoyable. I left it going, all right, that was fine. Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena. Awesome match. Love the twists and turns. Love seeing Liv Morgan come back and do a double swerve. Attack Dom and then attack John Cena to help him win. Dom gets a victory over John Cena. Why complain about that? Why complain about that? That's a huge win for him. That was such a big win. I'm actually considering the possibility of John Cena not losing in his final match. We'll talk about that in just a second. Nikki Bella, can't stand her. She's not a legend in my eyes, but her match against Stephanie wasn't bad. She actually had a pretty good match with her. Was it pay-per-view PLE worthy? No. But it could have been a lot worse. So, I cannot say that the show was bad. Were there a lot of commercials in it? Yes. Were there a lot of ad breaks? I think that's one of the biggest issues with these PLEs. They go 3.5 hours. There's only like 2 hours of wrestling, and then the other hour is like commercial breaks or ads. If you're going to have a 3.5 hour show, fill that up with wrestling. I'm not saying don't have breaks, but 4 matches in a 3.5 hour show makes the show feel very bloated. It does. I'm sorry, though. Despite its issues, because it wasn't perfect, I can't call Survivor Series the worst PLE this year, let alone in years. I'm just being honest with you. But I think a lot of that comes from fans being burnt out. Being burnt out by Triple H always overpromising and underdelivering. This was an example of that. Tonight's episode was an example of someone overpromising and then underdelivering. Now, getting into the show, it looks like we are rebuilding the women's tag team division. Apparently, Io and Rhea, or Ryo, I swear to God, if they would have called themselves Rio, I would have laughed. I would have cackled. Rio! It was right there. They didn't. But it's Ryo. Or is it Rio? Is it Rio or Ryo? It probably is Rio. Hey, I don't care. It's fine with me. But Rhea and Io are a tag team now. They want to go after the Kabuki Warriors. And then at the end of the show, we also had Roxanne and Raquel enter their name back into the bucket, as well as Bayley and Lyra. So now we have a fatal 5-way for the championship, which I assume is going to be happening at Saturday night's main event, or is that going to be happening on some big show down the line? Rumble, we'll have to see. What a crazy match to have if this was a ladder match. I have a feeling that's what they want to do. A 10-woman ladder match? Ooh. For the women's tag team titles? Something to think about. The last time is now tournament. We had the semifinals matches. Jey Uso lost to LA Knight. Excuse me. LA Knight. Yeah, he lost to him. I was expecting the finals to be Jey Uso and Gunther again. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for the New Day. No, for real. I'm so happy they went with LA Knight. I was not feeling another Jey Uso versus Gunther match. Now, I already knew that Gunther was heading to the finals because there's no way you're going to have Solo beat Gunther. At the very least, LA Knight makes it more interesting, right? Because you can go either way with this. LA Knight or Gunther would be great final opponents. Either one would be great final opponents for John Cena. So, I still have my money on Gunther winning this thing. This tournament, and I'm being honest with you, I wasn't feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I understand what they wanted to do with it. I didn't get that sense that it meant anything. I'm sorry. I get that this is John Cena's final match, and this is their send-off, and I'm supposed to be more grateful for it, and I am. Look, John Cena is one of the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time? Debatable. But I understand what they wanted to do. They wanted to give it this sense of this is a big deal, right? This is a big-time match that's going to make stars. It's going to make legends, future main event players. That's what they wanted it to be. It didn't come across that way. Now, Gunther's matches were awesome. Javon Evans, of course, Mello, and then even tonight, Solo's match was really good. But did this tournament really make anybody? Not really. So, I am looking forward to seeing what happens on SmackDown. Do they go with LA Knight or Gunther? My mind says Gunther. However, there is a good chance that they'll go with LA Knight, and here's why. Because I told you we would get into it. I'm getting the sense that they might have John Cena win his final match, right? I used to think that they were going to have Cena go out on his back, and they still might. They still might have Cena lose in his final match. After losing to Dominic Mysterio, I now get the sense that that's not going to be the case. Matter of fact, I'm now feeling like Cena's going to win his last match, and whoever he's facing, whether it's Gunther or LA Knight, they're just going to do the honors. I wouldn't be upset at that, honestly. I wouldn't be mad if John Cena won his final match. If he wants to put over LA Knight, go for it. If you put over Gunther, cool. That sets Gunther up to fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But I've been thinking about that, though. If they're going to have Cena win, do you have him beat Gunther? I don't know if that's a good idea. At the same time, though, I don't think we should have LA Knight lose to John Cena either. If he was going to beat somebody, probably should have been The Miz. Probably should have been The Miz. So, I think right now, this is just me, I would have LA Knight win on Friday. Gunther doesn't need this. Gunther doesn't need to beat John Cena. This would do wonders. This would do wonders for LA Knight. Having LA Knight beat John Cena in his final match and then use that to elevate himself to a world title run, which is the next step for LA Knight. I think 2026 should be the year we put a world title on LA Knight, heel or babyface. That's what I believe. I also think LA Knight would be a better opponent for John Cena. I think a lot of people are imagining a classic between Gunther and John Cena. I don't see that. I'm not saying the match would be bad. I could see it being really good. But is that how we want Cena to go out? Losing to Gunther? And if he's going to lose, why not to LA Knight? Also, consider the fact that they might want him to win. You have John Cena beat Gunther in his final match? Is that going to help Gunther going forward? I don't know. I think the best move here, the right move would be to have LA Knight win. Doesn't hurt Gunther. It's fine. And then he goes on to beat John Cena. That's what I would do. Now, more than likely what they will do is have Gunther beat LA Knight and then have Gunther beat John Cena. Which is, again, it's going to set him up to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, which needs to happen, by the way. Brock's pushing 50. So we need to go ahead and get that dub for Gunther. Because Gunther's going to be here long term. That's just what I believe. But what do y'all think? How y'all feeling about this Last Time Is Now tournament? Jey Uso. Apparently Jey Uso had a meltdown crisis after he lost to LA Knight. He snaps, starts throwing a hissy fit, pushed over the Prime stand, which made me pop because fuck Logan Paul. Knocked over some steel steps. Is all moody, emo backstage, saying that Roman was right. That title looks better on him and not me. He has too many voices in his head. So it's looking like we are going for a darker Jey Uso, if not a heel turn. They've been teasing it for a while. And I've been kind of sitting back going, where is this going? Now, they might keep him babyface, but he's much darker. Has a bit of an edge to him, right? Or he might just goes heel. Who knows? We'll have to figure that one out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I don't know if right now is a good time to turn Jey heel. He's too popular. Fans like him too much. Not saying you can't turn him heel, but our fans going to boo him? Our fans going to boo him? I don't know. Yeet's still pretty hot. We're going on 2 years, but Yeet is still pretty hot. So what happens when he goes heel? No Yeet? No Yeet. And after he goes to no Yeet, does Jimmy become Yeet? Does Yeet just transfer over to Big Jim? What do y'all think? What would you do? And I'm serious, what would you do? Would you turn Jey heel? Judgment Day is, thank God, back on track. So they're teasing a breakup of the Judgment Day. Thank heavens. Liv Morgan basically said the team has been looking weak, but since I'm back, things are going to start working out, planting the seeds that we're going to split out the group. I was kind of hoping that we would start the love triangle angle, but not yet. We're going to begin that soon, though. Roxanne, Dom, and Liv. It's going to happen, though. Excited about that. And then Liv slapped Dom, and he liked it. They got that roughness. They got that Lita Edge kind of love. They're going to have a live celebration soon.
Hey, did you watch the video Natty Neidhart and Maxon tonight on Raw?
I did. That's also on the docket. We'll talk about that. Because I thought that was good. I thought that was more than good. I thought that was excellent. For multiple reasons, I thought it was excellent. But yeah, they're reigniting this storyline that they had going on with the Judgment Day breaking up soon. Braun Breaker cut a really good promo calling CM Punk a soft ass bitch, taking shots at Seth and Becky, and he promises to end Punk's career with some Steiner math. He's fat! Yes, we did see the Roxanne Perez and Natalya vignette. That was so good. And by the way, it wasn't Natalya. It was Natty Neidhart. Slapped some sense into Maxine. Get the hell out of my ring. And then Maxine said, I want more. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Love it. It was great, though. Great vignette. Natty Neidhart just needs to be a regular. And just give her all the belts. Fuck it. Give her all the belts. Tag team, AJ Styles, Dragon Lee versus the New Day. Thank God for the New Day. Hey, they did a little tribute to the Young Bucks with that double stomp on the ropes, pop-up into the powerbomb. But this time, when the pop-up happened, AJ caught him and then hit the Styles Clash. That was dope. That was dope. Rey Mysterio teases going after Dominic Mysterio for the IC title. That's the setup for WrestleMania. But he's interrupted by Logan Paul, who threatens to retire him. So I'm assuming we're going to get Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio for like Royal Rumble or maybe even Saturday night's main event. Oh yeah, by the way, Logan Paul is staying. He's here. You would have thought he would have left. No, he's staying. He, her. He's not just here, he, her. So, looking forward to seeing how that goes. Just a little interlude feud before we get to Dom and Rey Mysterio. Liv Morgan teased a match against Stephanie Vaquer. That's the next logical match to have. I'm assuming that's for Royal Rumble. We still don't know who the masked man was. Austin Theory. Or, I thought about this too. It could be one of those things where it is Austin Theory under the mask, but they might extend it so far to where it actually ends up being Seth Rollins. Because they did say, not they, but Seth Rollins did say that he's going to start training in February. So, if the sling is off, the sling is already off. I've seen him in interviews. The sling is off. He's going to start training again in February. If the training goes good, he might just make WrestleMania. Now, the thing is, what's he going to do? Because he's a babyface now, by default, because the Vision attacked him. Okay, maybe not a babyface, but it's going to be hard to see him as a heel now, because he was attacked by the bigger group. But what's he going to do? Right? Are we just going to get him back in time for him to fight Roman Reigns? Is he going to be ready in time to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, which was the ultimate plan to begin with? That was always the plan. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that's neither here or there. The masked man that came on Survivor Series, that came during Survivor Series, was Austin Theory. Is it going to be revealed to be Austin Theory? Or is this one of those things where it's Austin Theory, but it really ends up being Seth Rollins later? And Ivy Niles back, which means they're slowly integrating American Made back into the TV storylines here. I think Chad Gable should be on his way back. He should be ready to go. Don't remember the last time I saw the Creed brothers, so we'll see what happens there. Oh, and we'll talk about Penta. I got good news on him before we get to the review here. And that was Raw. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily bad, but Triple H might need to stop the oversells, because this was a prime example of oversell and underdeliver. It was a fine episode. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't epic. That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, thank you all for being here. You could be anywhere else here in the YouTube space. You chose me, and I'm grateful for it. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edits help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Cameo. Give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justAlexsWorld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot off the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt, and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned, join the cause, expand the brand today right here in Alex's World. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. You could be anywhere. You're choosing me, and always know I am grateful for it. Show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shine 9 5 star heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, Dylan, a danger. Dylan Danger, Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, Big MGM, and of course, Mrs. Firestar Heart, Angel Hollenbeck. They all help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button and continue to interact in the live chat. The more you chat, the more likely this will also get pushed out. By the way, we are still working with this new system here. I'm trying to set up double lives. One live, regular live, this one, and then one that's going to be vertical for shorts. So, haven't worked that out yet, but we're going to see what happens. I did see a couple of super chats here. Let's get to those first before we do the shout outs.
Today it's day number 24 of the International Championship Never-Ending World Tour. Look of triumph, look of triumph, look of triumph.
Look of triumph. Ladies and gentlemen, the ruler, Noel Jimenez, is in the building. He defends the International Championship every Wednesday on AEW. Dynamite this week is no different. However, if I'm not mistaken, he has decided that he wants to defend his International Championship at Saturday Night's Main Event as well. So that's going to be an interesting week. But this week, it's on Dynamite. Next week, who knows? Saturday Night's Main Event will be interesting. But you also saw this cover right here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Noel Jimenez has been dethroned. He is no longer number one. Your GOATness is the new World Super Chat Champ. Bow down to the Queen. Lauren Biggs is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Lauren Biggs, who ripped the title from under the noses of one Ronwell Nogales. And she is the first ever female World Super Chat Champ for the channel. She made history. Congratulations. Will she be able to keep the belt past this Saturday? That's the question. Especially if Noel Jimenez is coming for the belt. We'll have to see. But congrats. I will have to change that leadership board. I will get that done actually after this. But we'll see who donated the most money for the month of November to remember. All right, who here? Who is here in the building? I'm just going to read off the people here in the live chat. I see JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. He says, I'm glad LA Knight won and Liv Morgan was on the show. Yo, JJ, when you going to compete for one of these championships? I know you got bank. Bunkers SLFC 3067. He said, you all glazed or gaze? He said, you all glazed and watch and get hyped for Raw when Triple H says something and it really ain't that good. Well, look here. I didn't think it was going to be epic when he said it was epic. I didn't think it was going to be epic when he announced it. That's just me. I've now considered Triple H's hypes to just be empty at this point. Let's see. Caleb SK River. Did I say that right? Caleb SK River. I honestly didn't expect Liv to return so soon. I'm glad she's back, honestly. I'm also expecting Chad Gable to return, probably at the Royal Rumble. That's going to be fun. Sean Swaby, baby, is also in his house. Good to have you here. KB Brown. Just checking, I didn't watch the show. Was it epic? No, it wasn't epic. KB Brown was there live, and he chose not to compete for the world title. Thought that was interesting. Speaking of competing, the Savior, Drew Usher, is also here. Did you get a chance to see the show, the I Show Speed Goes Pro WWE episode? I did not. Was it good? YouTube member Dulcie Chatham, crash out on the like button. Like Jey Uso and smack the subscribe button like Rey Mysterio smacked Logan Paul. Yes, crash out on the like button like Jey Uso did tonight. I agree. Uh-oh. Is that who I think it is? Ladies and gentlemen, hold your applause and drop your draws. The premier reaction channel here is here in the YouTube space. The premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space. Say hello to A&B Convos. Wrestling Edition. Wrestling Edition A&B Convos is here in the building. Good to have you here. Right Hand Cam is also here. Let's see here. Ronwell Nogales says, Alyx, Noel Jimenez is not the former champ. I was the former champ. Did I accidentally say Noel Jimenez? My bad. Ronwell Nogales is the former champ. I'm pretty sure I said Ronwell. Did I accidentally say Noel by accident? I apologize. We got Otto Scudder. Your Highness, King AJ. Yeah, Randy says he has what it takes to be a WWE wrestler. He was training with Sheamus and Randy and Finley. That's awesome. That's awesome. June Heat. I'm assuming June Heat is from NB Convo Land. He says Braun is ready for the belt. I agree. Oh, my bad. So I accidentally said Noel Jimenez. What I meant to say was Ronwell Nogales was the former world champ. We appreciate you. No, wait. I think I did say... No, I said Ronwell Nogales, right? Or did I said Ronwell, and then I probably said Noel Jimenez. I don't remember. I apologize. Oh, Lord, is I Show Speed gonna wrestle? All right. I Show Speed, Logan Paul. Lord have mercy. We're gonna find out how that works. All these YouTubers becoming wrestlers. What's next? Travis Scott? Is Travis Scott gonna become a wrestler next? Can we not? Can we not? Alyx, if I remember, Corp CA is trying to create his first ever faction, right? Where is Corp CA? He disappeared. Haven't seen him in a minute. It's been a hot minute since I see that guy. Since I seen that guy. Jesse James. Any idea who was the hooded person? Oh, it was Vince McMahon. It was Vince McMahon. He's back. I'm just playing. It wasn't Vince McMahon. It wasn't. It was the Boogeyman. I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get ya. Yeah, it was the Boogeyman. That's what it was. All right, y'all. Thank you all for being here. Let me move things along. But yeah, we're gonna keep things rolling, keep you locked in. We still got. We're just gonna. Yeah, like you said, just Noel's name. I apologize, Ronwell Nogales. Jesus, I must be tired. Thank you for catching it. But yeah, the former champ, Ronwell Nogales. Show him some love. He's still the chosen one. He's still the young Wiccan. But who's to say that he can't come back to get the belt late sometime next year? Plenty of opportunities to. Lauren Biggs, how did you forget about the face that runs the place? Your champness. Your champness? I didn't forget about you. I gave you your shout out. So let's see if your champness can keep the belt past next Saturday, by the way. That's when she's defending it. All right, so Monday Night Raw, I believe, was live, and it was live. I'm trying to get the building. Where were they tonight? I didn't even write that down. That's how you know I'm tired. I didn't even check to see where they were live at. I usually do a very good job of incorporating WrestleTix into my live stream. So let me go here. WrestleTix. Okay, let's see where they were. They were live in Glendale, Arizona. Glendale, Arizona, the Desert Diamond Arena. And was it a sellout? I don't think so. They did 10,000. All right, I mean, still a crowd. But it wasn't a sellout, though. Okay. So Glendale, Arizona. Crowd was nice. It's nice to have a solid crowd that was into the show. Couldn't hurt. They opened the show with Survivor Series recap. We got Rhea and Io. So, Rio. Yep. That's what it's going to be now. Rhea, whatever. They're out. They want a piece of the Kabuki Warrior's ass. Who doesn't? And no pause. They're interrupted by Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And they're saying, no, we want a piece of the Kabuki Warriors' ass. Or asses, plural. Asses. And so they're like, all right, then let's settle this in a tag team match, player. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla. And that's the main event. A 10-day-long tag team match. Backstage, we get Ivy Nile. Yeah, Ivy Nile's back. Remember her? I remember. She said, Pierce, I want a piece of Maxine's. Okay, too many people wanting pieces of people here. She wants a piece of Maxine something. And Pierce is like, okay, well, get in line, but you'll get it soon. She's training right now with Natty Neidhart. Bless her soul. And then, apparently, Paul Heyman's standing right there with Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman's like, let's talk business. Yeah, let's talk some business. And then we get the first of two semifinals matches for the last time is now tournament. Main event Jey Uso versus L.A. Knight. Shiza. Yeah. This match was all right. It was all right. You could tell that, I don't know, something was off with the chemistry there. But crowd liked it. Lots of yeets versus yaws. It was the yeets versus the yaws. Well, the yaws ended up winning. Although Jey Uso did hit his spear and did hit the Samoan splash, but unfortunately, after he hit the Samoan splash, he gets rolled up, like legit rolled up, by LA Knight. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And Jey Uso loses. And LA Knight advances to the finals. Now, after this match, we see Jey Uso break down. He has himself a, dare I say, a mental health moment. A mental meltdown, a crisis, if you will. He kicks over the Prime stand, which got him a big pop, because fuck Logan Paul. And then, proceeds to just break everything. And then we see him leave the arena in a hoodie, looking all emo and stuff. And then he turns to Jackie and goes, maybe Roman is right. That title looks better around his waist than mine. We'll see. I'm not too sure if they want to turn him heel yet, but that seems to be the direction. That seems to be the direction they want to go in. But we'll see about that one. What do y'all think? Should it happen? Bayley and Lyra talk to the Kabuki Warriors backstage. And we're seeing Asuka plant some seeds into Bayley. Like, hey, bitch. Charlotte's in the main event. Charlotte is in the main event, and you're not. And then the typical Kairi stays behind, and then Asuka goes, Kairi! And then she runs to her. Because it's funny. Get it? Judgment Day segment. Liv Morgan, of course, tells Judgment Day that, hey, y'all suck. The fuck's been going on since I've been gone? Y'all look weak, and you're falling apart. But now that she's back, things are going to be very fun. And then she caps it off by slapping Dom and leaping into his arms because live sex celebration. But yeah, Dominic Mysterio now calls himself the King of the Luchadors, the greatest Mysterio, because he beat John Cena, which therefore makes him the greatest IC champ, because he beat the greatest of all time. Again, I hope John Cena wins his last match so Dom can keep that accolade, but probably not going to happen. Yeah, I really did enjoy this vignette with Natty Neidhart and Maxine. Let's talk about it for a minute. So we see Maxine and Natalya, or Natty, training in this dungeon. I think it's the hard dungeon, right? Where it's dark, it's sweaty. No, not that kind of vignette. Get your mind out the gutter. But yeah, they're rolling around. They're rolling around in there. And then Natty says, have you had enough? Say uncle. And then basically Maxine ends up tapping out to Natty. And then she slaps her. And she's like, get out of my goddamn ring. And then Maxine says, thank you, sir. May I have another? No, she didn't say that part. She says, again. Again. So there you go. There you go. After this is a tag match, but let me pause for a minute, because I said I would give you guys an update on Penta. So, we all know Penta got hurt last week. And there were fears that he was going to be out for a long time. However, it's actually looking like the injury might not be as bad as we thought it would be. So it's looking like he's not going to need surgery. And it's looking like it was just a scare. That's what's being reported anyways. So this was actually shown on Instagram. I think this was Penta, right? It says everything's fine with Penta's coming back very soon. There you go. Nothing else to really worry about. So he was evaluated by the doctors. He doesn't need surgery. It's looking like it was just a scare. Is he going to make the tag team match with his brother, Phoenix, at the end of the month? We don't know that. And if he doesn't make it, that's fine. But it is looking back. He's going to be back in time for next year's Royal Rumble. So that should give you some good news. Because I was a bit worried, too, when he got injured last week. I said, well, God damn it. That sucks. But we should be fine. Tag team match. Thank God for the New Day taking on AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Makeshift tag team, but I like it. Best spot of the night was that double stomp onto Kofi Kingston, who then flies into AJ Styles' arms, and then he hits that Styles Clash. This match was really good. Not sure what we're doing with the New Day now. I'm very upset that they had all that heat last year. Not even last year. No, last year. They had all that heat last year, a year ago. And Triple H has done nothing with it. That sucks. Yo, what the hell has happened to Triple H, bro? Like, he had a lot going for him. He had a lot going for him, and he fell off big time. He fell off. But AJ Styles and Dragon Lee retained, and then they said, we want to fight the War Raiders next week. Okay? Stephanie Vaca recapped her match against Nikki Bella, said, I am La Primera. And then Liv came in and said, not for long, bitch. I want my titles back. So there you go, Stephanie Vaca and Liv Morgan for Royal Rumble. We'll have to find out. A great promo by Braun Breaker. Loved his promo, his in-ring promo, where it was announced that he will be challenging CM Punk for the World Championship on the first Raw of 2026. January 5th, 2026 to be exact. Braun talks about how he's upset, not about the Masked Man, but how easy it was to pin CM Punk. He calls CM Punk a soft-ass bitch. Just like Seth, living off old glory. Says Punk tried to break his neck and ruin his life. So on January 5th, he'll ruin Punk's career and every good memory fans have of him. He references Punk once challenging him to cut a good promo with the big dogs. And he says, consider it cut, or consider it tut. Consider it cut. Woo, 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 woo. Bow, wow, wow. Yippee-yo, yippee-yay. Essentially. And that was it. Lots of fire. Lots of good things coming from Braun Breaker. So, is this when we give Braun Breaker the belt? What y'all think? Is it time? Is it time to give the Breaker, Braun Breaker, the belt? No, seriously, is it time to give him the belt? Because I'm thinking it is. I also think there's a good chance they might extend it to WrestleMania. They shouldn't need to do that. I think we should go ahead and give Braun Breaker the belt and free up CM Punk to do something else for WrestleMania. What y'all think? What y'all think? Okay, what else we got here? I think after this was Gunther and Solo, right? Yes, it was. Gunther! Nah, 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 nah. Can't do that no more because he changed his theme song. He changed it back to so we'll figure something else out. But Gunther took on Solo Sikoa. This was easily Solo's best match all year. This match was really good. Really good match. Gunther made him look like $1 million. Broke his finger and then beat him with a low blow after the referee turned his back. Because Solo tried to cheat, and so Gunther said, nah, I'm the king of cheating. So Gunther advances. We're going to get Luther. Did I just combine LA Knight and Gunther? Luther? We're going to get LA Knight versus Gunther on Saturday night's main event. For Saturday night main event to determine who fights John Cena. It's going to happen on SmackDown. That's what I was trying to say. SmackDown. Y'all, I'm tired. Clearly, I'm tired. It's going to happen on SmackDown. And who y'all got? Y'all got LA Knight or Gunther? Who y'all got? I want it to be LA Knight, but I think it's going to be Gunther. We'll find out. Rey Mysterio slaps Logan Paul backstage. My favorite part of the entire night, because fuck Logan Paul. And Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair take on Rio. And the match goes to a DQ finish because the Kabuki Warrior said, nah, we ain't fighting either one of them. The match was actually pretty good. It was actually a pretty good match up to that point. But then afterwards, Kabuki Warriors interfere, and then Bayley and Lyra interfere, and then Roxanne and Raquel interfere with Liv. So, fatal 5-way for the tag team championship. I'm feeling a tag team ladder match with these women. What y'all feel? Would y'all be up for a tag team ladder match? We'll have to see. But yeah, that was Raw. It was okay. It was decent. But it wasn't epic. And Triple H needs to quit overselling these shows and then under-delivering. That's how I feel about that. And that's all I'll say about Monday Night Raw. What y'all got? What y'all got going? How we feeling about Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen? What's in your head? Let's see here. I want LA Knight plus... I want LA Knight, please, not Gunther. But, of course, I see Gunther winning. Yeah, probably. What the hell happened to Baquin? I know! They completely dropped Bayley's multi-personality gimmick. I hope they bring it back. What you mean you dropped Baquin? Surprise! I was actually expecting Nia Jax and Lash to show up. Noel Jimenez says, what the hell happened to King Mike Tuds? King Mike Tuds doesn't do live streams anymore. He does watch the streams afterwards, though. What happened to a lot of the world champs? It's been a minute since I've seen a lot of them. What's your scores? What's your grades for Monday Night Raw? Let me know. Talk to my baby. A&B combos. Fight time. WCW champion. Oh, yeah. Booker T. Noel Jimenez. Who's got bigger cakes? Roxanne or Stephanie? Ooh. Well, that's a good question. Well, I want to say Roxanne. A&B combos. Raw capped off nicely. The show overall was just aight, though. Nothing groundbreaking, earth-shattering. It was a meal that filled you up but wasn't satisfying. Fair enough. Raw was a collective 7. Okay. I would have given it a 6. Your goatness, your chantness says Triple H promised something good and we got nothing. Not nothing, but not-chan. Let's see here. Nothing. Drew Usher, good to see you back here, sir. Where you been at? Once again, Noel Jimenez will defend his belt on Wednesday. Hopefully you all show up. Wolfie gives it a 7 out of 10. That's fair. A&B combos love the Natty Maxine segment. Yeah, that was done so well. They're doing right by Maxine. I appreciate that. And she's meeting the standard too. The New Day needs to go to that dungeon with Natty. They really should go do something else with them. Ronwell Nagales says, I'll be honest, at this point, Edge first place was very unlikely and LA Knight second place after Edge. Not Gunther should be the ones to retire Cena, to be honest. Knowing Triple H, Gunther would be retiring Cena. Yeah, more than likely. Nah, bro, that wrestler that got Roxy cupped, he's a lucky ass man. Anybody that can lock down Roxy is a lucky ass man. Just Alex, I have a question. What if not Seth or Austin Theory? What if it's someone else from AEW in the mask? From AEW? What, you think it's Chris Jericho? Miss Parker and Lola and Naomi in the top 3. Ooh. Oh, for cakes? Oh, it's Naomi. She has the biggest cake, but right under her is Lola. Lola Vice. Woo! And she likes to shake it too. Come on, man. Come on. LA Knight retiring Cena is kind of wild. He's a bit old for that, no? Well, Travis Cody. Would you rather it be Gunther? All right. Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to move things out. That's going to conclude tonight's live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. We got a couple more live streams coming for you. One on Wednesday and one on Friday. Hopefully we see you guys there. Outside of that, thank you all for making me a part of your day. And I will catch you guys next time. Right here in Alyx's world. The place it is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out of here. Peace.
When you're